I'm sitting here going on a whole spew saying hello, everybody. And I didn't even add myself to the camera. um, Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to another Saturday night. I see that there's already people watching. I appreciate that. Some change in venue tonight. My guests that were going to be on tonight had to cancel out, and I would like to extend a prayer to the situation they're going through, as well as good energy. I ask everybody that is tuning in will send some good energy and vibes and whatnot to the Haunted Souls Paranormal. They're going through a tough situation at the moment, which I'm not going to go into details on here because, well, that just wouldn't be right to do. So I've invited a few people to come on. Thanks, War Dog, for my pot of gold. I'm feeling awfully lucky. In the grand scheme of things, it's been a busy week for me, and it's been, ups and downs. But I am pleasantly to say that nothing to the point where, all my family and friends, for the most part, that I'm aware of, is safe. So I'm not sure. I have one person in the wings waiting for me. Trying to figure out how to get onto here, I believe. So if I'm half speaking to you, it's only because I'm trying to do two things at once, and that just does not work for me.
Sorry, I couldn't speak while I was walking through.
So how's everybody on the Saturday? I see a few people on. Lee, War Dog, Matt. Hey, guys.
I don't even know anymore.
Sorry for the silence, guys. Just trying to talk. Our guest, if she pops on to join.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
So hey, Will, boy, been a while. Nice listening at work. That's fun. It's Sunday for me now. Sunday. Well, it's still Saturday here. I'm on the end of my 9 days of staycation. I had 9 days off and been doing things around the house and whatnot. Ended up with a little bit of a traveling for a few days. I'm not as young as I used to be. I could travel across states without too much of an issue, but nowadays it's forget about it. Tonight, for those that pay attention, drinking a little bit of Fireball. When I do these chats, it's generally a different kind of spirits I chase. But yeah. So I hope everybody's having a good day. The weekend's been treating you good. I need to come up with stuff to talk about when unforeseen things happen. So if you guys have any topics, feel free to question. Live Q&A. Live Q&A. A little bit of Fireball will probably burn the hair off your chest. No. I've had Fireball plenty of times in my life. Generally, what I like to do is wow. Who would have thought that this would be the topic to talk about? But yeah, generally what I like to do when I get Fireball is cut and coarse my apples and skin them and soak them for several hours in Fireball and apples, and that makes a nice little like a Fireball candy taste to them. Is the description. So, Paranormal. Boy, I see the viewers dropping off already on this one. The guests that we had planned on coming on, they were a brand new group, as in newly formed. They had other experience before this group. So, no, Lee, we are not talking about politics. Not going to happen. Too many things. I mean, there's not that many on, so maybe that'll be all right. So upcoming guest is Janet, and forgive me, I'm drawing a blank on her last name. Probably because I'm facing a camera. They're out in Buffalo. Janet's from Jamestown, or at least has had a group in Jamestown, New York, and she was able to. Man, you are not going to let these cupcakes go, are you? It's our other guest is saying that. Well, saying that she's not able to get the link to work. I'm not sure why. So Janet's gonna come up in a couple weeks and be a guest. The group scheduled for tonight, the Haunted Souls Paranormal is asking if they could reschedule, and of course, do I want to interview War Dog? I'm trying to figure out. If you want to send me a message, I will send you the link. And if the other guest could come on when she can, interview Lee. Lee has no desire to. Go ahead and send me a message, War Dog. Because to tell you the truth, I'm not 100% who you are, because that's your YouTube name. Or I could keep drinking until I get enough buzz where I could keep talking and no big deal. So, Lee, when are you going to be a guest? Go ahead and answer. I know Jay wants to be a guest on Friday the 13th, where we'll speak of supernatural things like black cats and probably more interesting things than that. After the Buffalo group, we will. All right, Matt, sounds good. After the Buffalo group, we are going to have Denny Bigelow. He is not a paranormal group. He doesn't belong to a group. He is a local. Oh, I'm not even sure what the correct term to use for Denny. He has a lot of interesting personal experiences with the paranormal, Bigfoot, a place called the Witch's Circle, and many other things. So he's kind of a local treasure in our area. So he'll be coming up in a few weeks too. And from there, after him, it has been confirmed that we'll have a local chapter of MUFON. That's MUFON, on to speak about different cases of the extraterrestrial nature from like around Erie and Warren and such. And they're going to be on. How about you send me a message on the do you have Facebook? And if so, it's under Warren Area Society of Paranormal, as well as Twitter. I believe Twitter is Wasp of Warren on Twitter. Other than that, you could send me a personal message on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's able to or not, because they don't let me do like a private message with you. You have Twitter. Is it under Dr. Villain Ghost Talker? Okay. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I did not get the notice that this was going to be a cancellation on the guest until close to the time. Now, I don't know if I should trust a villain. All right, Dr. Villain, you have a link sent, and I hope we'll get more views because our views dropped down dramatically. If you're still here, send a like, a heart, or whatever platform that you have to whatever platform you're on. My single froze up, getting nothing. Well, Lee, I see you here, so I don't know why your phone is freezing up other than you have old-fashioned technology. When we call him our tech guy. We tried to get his niece on, Heather, but she is having trouble with her phone as well. And, oh, wow. Heather, if you're ready, I'm going to add you. I can see you now. Just give me a thumbs up.
We're all good.
How you doing, Heather?
Good. How are you?
Better that somebody else is on.
Yeah, I bet. He was supposed to be on.
A group called yeah, I'm drawing a blank. The Haunted Soul Paranormal. Do you see the option on your phone?
Do you see the option on your phone
where it shows like your microphone? Over your picture?
Yeah.
What happens is there you go. What happens is when we have, I don't know why, but sometimes it'll put an echo as we're speaking. So if it's okay with you, when you're not talking, just go ahead, click mute and unmute. You're muted, so you're gonna.
Second.
Yeah, that's. You muted yourself. There you go.
You muted yourself. There you go. Okay, it's taking me a second to get used to this. Sorry, it's the first time I've ever done this.
No problem. Your first
interview. So how's your day going, Scott?
It's going. A little busy. But it's not. It hasn't been too bad though. Just kind of late, kind of doing yard work and whatnot.
Cool.
How about yourself? How about yourself?
That's been a pretty good day. Just had a day off, so I'm relaxing.
Fun.
So I actually had an opportunity to do this, so.
Well, and we might have another guest. Send a link out to a Dr. Villain. I have no idea at the moment who that is. But they're welcome to join as well. I'm sure you wouldn't have a problem with that.
Well, not at all.
But I see we have Jason on and Matt and your Uncle Lee. If you want to say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So, and maybe you'll be able to convince your uncle to get on one of these days.
That's what I was. When are we going to get him on there?
Good question.
When are we going to get Lee
on? Now he's saying he's back. You know, you guys have the most fun with tech stuff than anybody else in the world that I'm aware of.
Yeah, we need to get Lee on.
Oh, I fully agree with you on that. And forgive me for muting and unmuting your mic. It just keeps the echo way down. So what I'm going to do is unmute the mic and give you a minute. If you'd like to take a moment to explain who you are and a little bit about your paranormal background.
Well, I'm Heather Foote. I'm Lee's niece, obviously. And I've been investigating the paranormal, well, I think it's 2000 and what, Scott, 14?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think that was about right. I think it was February 2014, if I'm correct. So I noticed that I had some abilities, so I just thought I'd get into investigating and check it out, you know, and figured that would help me get used to whatever I was dealing with, you know. And so, yeah, it's been quite a few years doing it now. I really enjoy it. In the beginning, it was just me being impacted. My abilities have picked up quite a lot since then. So,
nice. Yeah, you've been part of before you went to a different part of the states. You were part of WASP for a while. I'd say what, about 5 years or more?
2014 is when I started with you guys. So it was a good. I've been investigating it ever since. So when I can.
No doubt. Yeah.
It's been pretty interesting. Just come back and while out there, my abilities decided to open up even further. So it's pretty interesting. I'm still getting used to it though. So I mean, it's everyday learning process.
Now I'm gonna add the other person on. I kind of muted over you when you were saying about your abilities, so people kind of miss the part about what type of abilities you're speaking of. So let me unmute you as I add the other guest, and we'll both meet him or her. I'm not even sure if in person. All right.
Okay.
Hello there. Nice to meet you people. I'm Dr. Villain. I'm a paranormal enthusiast, and I go exploring around the UK. And I've done quite a few videos. I'm not the biggest person in the UK explorer, but there's other groups I'm part of who's been around the UK doing more paranormal investigations. But I just saw your channel because I'm subscribed to you on War Dog. That's my main account. But this is my paranormal channel. I just thought I'd pop in and say hello and tell you a bit about me. And there's a lot of scary places in the UK. If you
Well,
ever
first,
come into the UK,
let me welcome you to the show, and appreciate you jumping on and trying to save me when I was floundering there. Do
it's
you,
okay.
do you mind if we have your first name?
You can call me Jamie or just call me Villain. It's whatever you fancy.
Well, who knows? We'll see what happens. You're already getting love from the chat.
Hello, chat. Nice to meet you.
I'm not sure if you're able to see him or not.
Yeah, I can see the chat.
All right. And Lee, this is one of the co-founders of my group, Lee. And he's saying, who is she? I'm assuming he is speaking about Heather, who he fully knows who she is since they're related. I'm trying to unmute her mic. Did you mute yourself? The co-founders of my group, Lee. Boy, this is going to be a fun game of mute and unmute. I don't know what it is with StreamYard, but for some reason, every once in a while, we get an echo on these things. So,
are you talking to me or her?
Not she muted herself. I was kind of talking as general. So
yeah,
thank you for subscribing to the channel. Definitely awesome.
I don't mind. I've already been subscribed to you for a long time on War Dog, but I just ain't subscribed to you with my main channel, my ghost channel. Sometimes I forget to subscribe to people I'm already subscribed to.
Definitely. It's one of those things where as you're going along your day, you see one and you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it with the other, and and time gets the best.
Never get around to it.
Definitely. What time of the day is it there for you?
It's actually midnight. Well, 1 o'clock nearly, actually. So I should be going in a minute because I've got to watch a big pay-per-view. So I just popped in just to let everybody know. If you ever go to the UK, the main places you want to visit is 32 East Drive. Well, not 32, 30 East Drive, I mean. And if you really want to get scared, go to the Ancient Rand Inn. It's an old building, and it's amazing. You will be scared. I mean, literally scared out of your body in that place. No, your hairs will stand up.
Do you have videos of your being there yourself?
I'm going to 30 East Drive very soon, and I'm planning to go to the Ancient Rand Inn sometime near Halloween, hopefully, if everything's not going to go back into lockdown. So yeah, Corona.
A lot of people are having to deal with that and suffer from
it's
not being able to get
terrible.
out.
It's been very terrible.
It has. We do have a question. What part of the UK are you from?
I'm near a place called Sheffield. It's a it's a town called Chesterfield. I don't know if anybody heard of that place.
I have, and you know what's funny is I'm a city bus driver, and I drive. Part of my route is in Sheffield, Pennsylvania.
Oh wow!
Named after Sheffield, England.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got to go now. I love your channel. Keep doing your stuff. I will be around, hopefully, again, if I see you live, and I'll pop in and say hello to the chat again. Nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you. And before you take off, I would be remiss if I didn't offer a chance of possibly having you on as a guest.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to. Thank you.
And we could probably definitely set up a time that's a little more easier for you. For your
yeah, that'd be perfect. Just you've got my Twitter now, so just give me a tweet and I'll contact you and we can arrange a time and a date, and I'll be looking forward to getting back on this channel, saying hello to people again.
You have a proper night and sleep well.
You too. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. Well, folks, that was a Dr. Villain, or Jamie, whatever you prefer to call him, as he was saying, from the UK. Our first drive-by interview. Heather, you're muted yourself, so you'll have to unmute yourself to chat.
Channel. Saying hello to people again.
You have a proper night and sleep well.
You too. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's quite the delay on audio, isn't it? Well, folks, that was a Dr. Villain, or Jamie, whatever you prefer to call him, as he was saying, from the UK. I don't. That's quite the delay. I don't know. And she's got a nice split screen going on there.
Okay. Got it.
You caught up?
So, yeah, that was interesting, though.
Yeah. I mean, very nice that I was able to come on and try to help out. It's always nice to meet people. That's a delay on audio, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll make it work. Don't worry. It's kind of neat though. We got double vision there.
My apartment. I got walls everywhere. They're white.
I don't. Well, it definitely reflects. That's quite the delay. It definitely reflects your light pretty good. And Lee, everybody's been asking for you to join. That's for sure. So don't try to play like nobody wants you on, and we don't need you. I think I'm unmuted. It's always nice to meet people. We'll just sit back and let the audio play through. That way I know what I said. We got double vision there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
Very
well, it definitely reflects. It definitely reflects your light pretty good. And Lee, everybody's been asking for you to join. That's for sure. So don't try to play like nobody wants you on, and we don't need you. Are we caught up now? So this has been an interesting broadcast, that's for sure. And yeah, we had Heather, who is trying very hard to give the information that she's aware of. Now, I know you're highly into the metaphysical, like sage and stones and such. Is that not true, Heather?
So, can you hear me?
We could hear you. You into like sage and metaphysical and such. Can you hear me, Heather? Hello.
Are we caught up now? This has been an interesting broadcast.
Yeah.
Heather, maybe if you jump out
That
and
she's aware
back
of.
in, see
Now,
if that works.
I know you're highly into the metaphysical, like sage and stones and such. Is that not true, Heather?
Oh. Whoops. Bumped it.
Lee has
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I do. I practice a lot of meditation.
But we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
You into like sage and metaphysical and such. Can you hear me, Heather?
Yes.
Maybe if you leave the broadcast and come back in, maybe it'll reconnect.
Maybe if you out back in, see if that works.
Hello, Doug. Okay, well, Heather tries to reconnect. I hope she tries because she has all kinds of interesting topics and she has a lot of information about things that I have no clue or very little clue about what to do. Like I see people sage their homes and clear homes that way, as well as like crystals and such. I've learned a little bit from Matt's broadcast where he had, I believe what the video is called, the witching hour or something along those lines. Forgive me, Matt, for not having that information remembered. Excuse me. Doug, she is trying to use just her cell phone. For some reason, it's not connecting that well. So you're right. I notice when you go closer to your modem, that seems to help you some. Heather, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come back on. Maybe. We'll just, there we go. Hello again.
Maybe. We'll just,
Yeah.
there we go.
You can see it.
Hello again.
Well, hi again. Let's see if this works better. Can you hear me?
It might not. We can hear you. We're just letting the audio play through.
Are you there, Scott?
Yes.
It might not. We can hear you.
Okay.
We're just letting the audio play through. Yes.
So let's see.
So yeah, I am very much into the sage stuff and all that. A lot of praying. Help me
No
out.
doubt.
So let's see.
Now, I've seen you go out and collect your own sage before. So not only do you know how to use it, you know what to look for while you're out and about.
Now, I've seen you go out and collect your own sage before. So not only do you know how to use it, you know what to look for.
Pretty much.
Nice.
I usually get white sage. I tend to protect myself, you know. I usually always have a cross on me, as well as my stones. I have a lot of them on me. Anything that protects me.
Nice. Now,
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute you for a second.
Nice.
I'm a very strong believer in
There's 3 buttons on your camera next to where your microphone is. Maybe if you stop camera and just try the audio, that might make a difference. Hi, Wendy. How you doing? Hello,
which
Heather.
takes
Can
a
you
lot
hear
of
us?
time.
Heather.
Nice.
So,
Now,
that
let me hit you for a second.
It's the audio is catching back up. Glad to hear, Wendy, that you're doing
There's 3. Maybe if you stop camera and just try the audio, that might make a difference. How you doing?
Can you hear us a lot better, Heather? And we lost her. Yes, the joy of technology brings the whole world together, but yet far apart. So Heather, yeah, she is a very talented person. Except Snap, yeah. She is a very talented person that is able to bring all kinds of aspects to any paranormal team out there. I am actually sending a link to Lee. See if he'll join us on this. Lee, you don't have to be on camera. You could just do audio like everybody else. Check your text messages. I sent it to you. I think the world would love to hear from you. Hello, Heather. You there, Heather? You're muted.
There, Heather.
yes, I'm
Muted.
here. I'm
You're still slightly delayed.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Slightly delayed, but yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, come
So
on.
we need to have Heather on as our tech person. But Lee, I sent you a link. Feel free to join. Oh, come on, James. That's not true. That's only true when I have the neighbors from the north on here. No, it seems to be cell phones kind of glitch out sometimes for some reason. I don't know if it's because it's StreamYard or what the case may be, but they are always having an issue. Thumb up for damn it on the show. Send him a message, Jay. Feel free to send him a message. I'll add him.
Thumb up for damn it on the show. Send him a message, Jay. Feel free to send him a message. I'll add him.
Welcome back, Heather. You're about
Okay, try this again. Hey,
you
Scott.
I would say you're the 7th time.
Welcome back, Heather.
It's all good.
About the
I don't
you are.
I don't think my
I
phone
would
likes
say
this.
you're the 7th time on the show.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I really do appreciate you jumping on and trying
Oh
to
my goodness.
help out. And
Yeah, I don't think this phone likes this very much. I need a new phone.
well,
But we'll see.
to be fair,
I really do appreciate you jumping on and trying to help out. And
Oh yeah.
and to be fair, there's been other people with that have
Did I hear
issues.
something about Joel Damon Lyles
well,
on here?
to be
Jay is trying
What's that?
Jason brought it up, saying thumbs up.
and to
for
be
him.
fair, there's been other people with
So
that have issues.
So yeah, Jace brought him up. I'm game for him to be on. I don't know if he's in any hurry to be on because he's generally pretty busy.
But Jason brought it up, saying thumbs up for him.
So
Jace brought him up. I'm game for him to be on. I don't know if he is.
Doug is saying that
Can you hear me?
live feeds are not too successful with them either.
So
Canucks being up there in Canada. So people are bearing through with this, and I'm sure they're very excited to hear what you have to say. So,
Doug is saying that live feeds are not too successful with them either, being out there in Canada.
Yeah, my phone is getting old,
So,
so I think
People are bearing through with this, and I'm sure they're very excited to hear what you have to say. So.
I think we're caught up.
so. I don't know if you want to ask me some questions, Scott, and I can just try to answer.
I will try to ask you some questions. Wonder if she turned off either data or Wi-Fi and strictly went with one or the other, if that would help. That's a suggestion from Doug. So one of the scariest places, I won't say scariest, but one of the most tense places was the garage in Starbrick that we've been to. Wouldn't you agree that would probably be the most intense place that we've ever been?
I will try to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
Wonder if she turned off either data or Wi-Fi and strictly went with one or the other, if that would help. That's a suggestion from Doug. So one of the scariest places, I won't say scariest, but one of the most tense places was the garage, Starbrick, that we've been to. Wouldn't you agree that would probably be the most intense?
Absolutely. There were a lot of spirits in that place. I remember us standing in that small room in the back where there's Joel and a whole bunch of things were getting shaky, and and it was like you had to get out of that room. Everybody. We also had a teenager in there with us at the time, and I didn't want anything happening with her, so I'm like, all right, everybody out, because the energy just got too intense in there, and I was afraid that something more would happen. Yeah, that place was intense.
Yeah.
Very intense. There is a lot.
And
Over, I think there was at least 40 some spirits in there, different ones. There were kids, going on in that place. The energies jumped up in there, and I was just like, whoa. Our last investigations we did out there, and I really staged that place out good, though.
Mm.
But I remember going back and asking if he had any more problems. He said, actually, no. He said that he had left the place, He decided to move on from there, which is probably a good idea.
yeah, I would definitely say that was a good idea. Now, probably the most fun place that we go to when we're out and about is Guernsey Hollow is generally a pretty good spot for us to just kind of play and enjoy.
If you remember correctly. This was pretty intense. Can you hear me, Scott?
I could hear you. Yes. Yes, we could hear you. I was talking about Guernsey Hollow. Remember, what do you feel about Guernsey?
Are you there?
I'm here.
I see you. I don't hear you.
I'm not muted. If you guys are still here and can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Because I'm not able to hear myself on her chat anymore, the echo. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or say so in the comments. Wendy, that's pretty that's something if your dog is seeing ghosts. But yeah, Jay says that she definitely Zeke has Jay and Angel, co-founder, alerts when they see dogs.
Scott?
When they see dogs, when they see ghosts. Yes, Heather. Go ahead, Heather. Can you hear me? It seems like she's gonna.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Heather. Can you hear us? And Jay, she did mention it, or I think I brought it up, one or the other. You with us, Heather? For some reason, she's not hearing us. And I don't hear the echo, so for some reason, the audio is not seeming to go back and forth. I can wave. But so yeah, another place we love to go to is a place called Guernsey Hollow.
What's up, Scott?
I can hear you, Heather. Another place we go to is Guernsey Hollow in Frewsburg, New York. It's a little cemetery out in the middle of nowhere. If you guys heard of it, comment below or give a like or whatnot. Heather, I don't know if you could hear us or not. I'm going to bring Jay on. Jay, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nice. You must not be in a good spot, huh?
No, I'm actually outside by the fire.
Oh, nice. I'm assuming Heather will try to pop in and out, but she is having a lot of issues. So, but yeah, Zeke. We brought up Zeke during when Heather. I am so mixed up. When Angel was on, we mentioned Zeke. We did. Can you hear us now,
I
Heather?
didn't know if she brought his aspect or not. So
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you, yes.
I brought Jay on.
aspect or not. So
I brought Jay on.
Hi.
So-
How you doing?
Can you hear her, Jay?
yeah, I can hear. Still got the delay though.
Yeah.
Can you hear Jay?
But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Heather?
Yeah.
Hey Scott.
I don't know what's going on.
Question: White wants to know what's better to gain access: YouTube, Facebook. What site's better to get on the chat? Or the
Heather?
blog?
The chat can be on. I can see all chats. So as far as me or the guests being on, any chat works. Facebook is a little more interactive because there's more people on Facebook. We have Twitter. Right now it's being broadcast on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Facebook is a little more interactive because there's more people on Facebook. We have Twitter right now.
So,
Yeah, I don't think my phone's agreeing very much with this.
I think I agree, Adam. But hey, Angel's joining us on chat. So Heather, if you want to join us another night.
But hey, Angel's joining us on chat.
Hi, Angel.
If you want to just
Heather,
join us another night, Heather, where I could sit down and maybe.
What's that?
If you want to just join us another night, Heather, where I can sit down and maybe.
Can you hear me better?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm thinking if you want to join another night where
I'm thinking if you want to join another night where we can be
Yeah,
and
we could just kind of get together and figure out what's going on.
Sounds like a plan, if that's all right.
Sounds like a plan, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get off here and I'll still watch you guys.
Sounds great. Make sure you chat with us in the chat and ask questions.
Make sure you chat with us in the chat and ask questions.
Yeah, sorry you guys about the connection thing.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Maybe,
Absolutely.
Scott can do it.
What's that, Jay?
I said maybe you can do a proper hype video for her.
Proper height. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like you do for every other guest. This week on Spirited Chats is going to be then Heather Foote.
Right. What happened was the guest of the week is, and if you can send positive vibes and prayers and whatnot for the Haunted Souls Paranormal. They had an incident that happened about a half hour before the show was to go live, a serious situation. And so I was scrambling because I knew, or I didn't believe I could do a show on my own. I'm still not quite to that
So you're looking for last minute guests on the spot, right?
I was trying. And I appreciate you, and I definitely appreciate Heather because she said she was very nervous about joining, but she jumped on anyways, which is awesome. So Heather, if you're still on or whatnot, please accept my gratitude. Jay, I don't care.
Yo.
You'll be on anytime I want.
My God, that sounds so demanding.
Well, after a little bit of Fireball, I get a little more demanding.
Right. That's how I roll. No, just a backyard.
So, thank you, Doug. Yeah, they definitely could use the positive side of things. So, Jay, why don't you, if you'd be so kind, and bring up the date of the actual official time you'll be on with talking about the supernatural or superstitions or whatever you feel we should discuss.
Well, it was Superstitions, and I will be on August 13th. And I don't know what time. What do you think? 7?
You know what? I think what day of the week is that? Friday the 3rd. If it's not a day where I have to work the next day, why don't we go with, like, say, a 11 o'clock hour or something?
11 o'clock?
Well, later one.
Yeah, but you said if you don't have to work the next day, 13th is on a Friday.
Right, but I work every other Saturday.
Oh. So do you know if you're working that Saturday?
Well, I'd have to sit back and count out because the weeks I work is the weeks I plan on doing these live streams. That week, if I'm not working, then we could do it a little later.
11 o'clock. It's past my bedtime.
I was about to say, is that past your bedtime?
It's past my bedtime. You might be interrupting my Fortnite time. I don't know.
That is not a game that I've ever played.
The strangest thing is I downloaded it just because it's always hyped and all that, so I figured I'd try it out because it's free. It does get strangely addictive.
Does it?
But it's a little bit. I mean, it costs a lot of money to buy like all these sort of different skins and stuff like that. But other than that, just the whole aspect of going around trying to shoot people is addictive.
Well, what can you do? I like shooting games and racing games. I don't care for jump scare games like you guys heard on the Facebook channel.
How'd that go for you?
Yeah.
Do a of Friday Night Freddy's 3?
I have them all downloaded. So maybe next time I'll find a way to do video with it, with me being on.
Oh, like a little picture in picture?
Right. I mean, and Matt says stealing his Friday, huh? Yeah, Matt. What's that?
Only one Friday.
Yeah, I was about to say if he'd be so kind to let us have a Friday, and I'll let him have a Saturday.
But I don't think we want to be a spoof, do we?
No. So Jay,
Yeah.
What's the one place out of all the years that we've been investigating? What's the one place that you would say was the funnest?
The funnest?
Yes.
Like where we all had personally had fun, or where I personally had fun?
Your choice. You're the guest of the day, the night.
Well, where I think we personally had fun, I would probably venture a guess to say Guernsey Hollow, first time around.
Yeah.
Where we all got together for the first time and just kind of figured everything out.
When we were noobs.
Yeah. We were blue chippers.
It was definitely a fun night. And I believe, and I hate to admit this, but I believe that's the night that me, Lee, and Urs was driving through Russell. And boy, I'm kind of ashamed to admit this. We drove by the Russell Cemetery, and I swear to God that I heard somebody whisper in my ear the actual word boo.
Yeah, I think you did tell me about that. Or told us about that.
Well, I'm not sure if I said it. Lee made sure everybody knew about that. Like, really, of all the words that they could say and whisper, if it was paranormal, of everything that they could bring up, the word boo. How cliche.
Well, they probably figured you wouldn't believe they were a ghost if they said anything normal, so they figured they'd go with the cliche boo.
No doubt. Out of all the words.
Would you rather them, like, pop beside you, like as Casper the Friendly Ghost or Slimer? Or...
Well, it was between me and Lee. Lee was in the passenger side, and it was in my right ear. And I kept looking over at Lee like, is he messing with me? He's got to be messing with me. Finally, he looks at me. He's like, what? I was like, I swear to God, somebody just whispered boo in my ear. And as soon as I said that to him, I knew that was a mistake.
But
you know what I mean?
My favorite, I actually have two of them. One's more hilarious than everything else, but my first one is probably one of the mall haunts we did, like charitable mall haunts we did. And for some reason, I think it was coming right out of the old shoe department. We were all standing there and felt this like cold chill coming up and down my side, so I knew something was right by us. That I thought was kind of cool.
So that was fun because you had the experience.
Yeah, out of all of them, that was like the first real sensation I've had. But as for my other one, is probably it was also in the mall too when we were. It was me, you, and Scott Stewart walking through. I think it was Walden Books. And we were going to a storage room. We pried the door open on accident, not knowing that the tour was being walked through right behind it. I guess
the mall was definitely a fun place to be. Not so much when you're by yourself working there. Yeah, I know you.
There, right?
What's that?
You were working there when it was still somewhat relevant, right?
Yeah, when it was very when there was a lot of stores still in the building and a lot of energy from people.
Yeah. When we got in there, it was pretty much on its death rattle.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, out of 30 stores, there was only like 4 stores left in the building.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a couple more than that, but they the biggest one was the Kmart there. They always knew when we were playing around because the next day they would always catch Damn It there and ask them about it. What's the number for 911? Leah, at first I think you have to do 411. Did you see that? Can you see the chat and such, Jay?
Yeah, I saw at least something about what's the number for 911.
Yeah.
Did you say 411?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were able to see the chat. Now, the one thing that I always enjoyed doing was hooking the spirit box up to the mall PA system.
Yeah, what was that? Something about the mall PA system?
Hooking the spirit box up to it.
Yeah, that didn't work out for us, did it?
Not in the sense of getting voices, but to put the white energy into the building. I think it picked stuff up.
I know one time we actually tried. I don't think it succeeded. So you might have had it work another time.
Possibly. I did it like 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, it wasn't so much we were hearing voices over it, but we would leave it run for a few hours before we were actually in there investigating on a very low volume, and that seemed to pick things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Paratime Investigations says investigating a whole mall would be sweet. It was, kind of like it, and Jay might agree, he might not. It was kind of like a little playground almost for paranormal, huh?
Yeah. Only from like 10 o'clock on.
Right, because we still had to be respectful to the few stores that were still in.
Yeah. Which was what? Bonton, and that was it?
No, there was a couple odds and ends, pizza store, nails and such.
Can't remember. Was Kmart still active when we started doing that, or were they just going out?
They were still active.
Okay.
Actually, they were active, and then we were kind of lucky that, well, not lucky because it's bad for the area that they closed down, but it was just, we were able to get in there and kind of play around, as you can see by one of the videos on the on our YouTube page. Speaking of which, if you don't mind me saying this real quick, is there's videos on YouTube that was not seen on Facebook or Twitter or any other social media. And the question that we're getting is, what's the largest and smallest areas you've ever did? Well, I would have to assume the mall would be the largest land area, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I would say the mall is probably the largest we did.
And of course, the smallest, well, that factory there might be comparable, but I still think the mall probably takes it.
Yeah, but don't forget about the student union too. You guys did a walkthrough there.
Well, let's be careful what we say.
I said
But-
student union. I didn't go into.
But yes, that building there in Warren is pretty big building, as in most accessible content to, the most accessible area to investigate would be that building there. We gotta be careful what we say sometimes because of client confidentiality.
Yeah.
Now, the smallest place, probably Guernsey. Wouldn't you think?
What about the? You could do like a couple of small cemeteries.
Well, Guernsey's pretty small. Now I will add Angel if she sticks her thumb on her nose and gives me. And here's our co-founder, Angel.
Hi.
And here's Lex in the background. The birthday boy just celebrated a birthday not too long ago, right?
Yeah. Come here. Hi. You see? Hi.
Hi. Happy belated birthday.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So, yeah, Heather's saying hi.
Hi, Heather.
So, the smallest, I would have to say, is Guernsey. Is probably the smallest. Though personal for me, and Heather was there for this time. It was one of those weekends where we just were running around with nothing really planned. Was Hollenbeck Cemetery up in Jamestown by the Lakewood Airport, or the not Lakewood Airport, but the airport there in Jamestown. It's a real small cemetery, probably about take less than 20 seconds to walk from one side to the other, but it was pretty active. If you guys haven't been there, we need to get there.
I've never been there, so yeah, I want to go.
That was the one that we speak about where we speak about the car being possessed, and we had to have Dale bless it. Do you remember that conversation? not by the look on your face.
No, I have a horrible memory, so I don't remember much.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that with the weather getting better too. And it's literally right alongside the road. So what's the history behind Guernsey Hollow? There's quite a bit of history, but the biggest one that I could think of would probably be the young girl that was stoned to death, right?
Yeah, there was the young girl that was stoned to death. There was the infant that died of cholera.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Joe.
I think that's the only two real big ones that I can think of.
Now, let's go back to the mall because of you, Angel. You did a lot of history on that place. Now, people would be asking, well, the mall would be fun to investigate just because it's a mall. But why not explain the land history? And explain why a building might be haunted when it's a new building, if you don't mind all that.
Oh, no, I don't mind at all. It wasn't just the mall. Before it was the mall, it was just open land, and the state hospital owned it. And then when the state hospital didn't need it anymore, they sold it off to a small company that owned a refinery. That refinery had built a excuse me, a little area for them to be able to hold and distill the oil into gas. Well, that place was up and running. There was major fires, there was explosions, there was a bridge that actually went where the hatch patch is, that little bridge that's between the mall and the where the mall and that little strip mall is. That bridge wasn't there. It was a little swing, a little footbridge. That one day had fallen, and it was 3 people drowned in the creek that was. A person got ran over by a horse-drawn carriage that was now then one of their, like a fire department. It was a horse-drawn carriage with water to put out the fires.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that was torn down, instead of removing all of the oil drums and containers, they just buried them, and then they put black over them. So nowadays you can still find where some of the oil drums and all of that holding is out back of where the mall was, back parking lot. There's some areas where the oil still comes up through the asphalt.
Very true. And trust me, there was a lot of days where I had to remove that oil, that tar and such, because I worked there. Never enjoyed that. Now, we've investigated the Kmart that's closed down there. There's also, and I don't know if I've ever asked you this or not, but there's also, if you look in our videos, you'll see a video called The Most Haunted Parking Lot. And there seems to be 3 entities there, a male and 2 younger females. And Angel, we lost you. And it always seems like we get the 2 younger females talking, and then the older male seems to stop them. Did you catch all that, Angel?
I caught bits and pieces because my Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah, you kind of spotted out on us. Talking about the 3 entities in the back parking lot. The male and 2 women, 2 younger females.
Yeah, in the parking lot. Those are the ones that drowned in
I'm not on video.
when the swing bridge collapsed.
So you believe those are one and the same?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't think I've ever asked. Yeah, that was still to this day. You could go to that parking lot and take equipment and use. They haven't told us not to. There is still stores. It's now a strip mall. Now, there's a couple things I want to bring up on the chat. Lee, yes, I did ask what day Friday the 13th was. And I quickly caught myself after I asked that. If you got a problem with that, I sent you the link. Get on and tell me about it.
Hey, yeah, we could dress up as his little biker Voorhees character.
Biker Voorhees. No doubt. Blessing a car. Laugh out loud, man. I'd love to have seen that. The car being blessed? It wasn't like it was casting out demons and all that like you'd see in The Exorcist. But it did work. It did work getting rid of what, because that car was doing all kinds of crazy things. What happened was I was an idiot, plain and simple. No. I know, big shock and dismay from everybody that's been watching and listening, right? I hooked the spirit box up to the car stereo because it was late at night and we weren't too sure about the neighborhood, and because it's a country setting, but there's still neighbors that drive by a lot. And anyway, so we just sat in the car and ran the spirit box, and I didn't say no blessings or anything like that. And I was an idiot.
Spirit box back then?
What's that?
You had the spirit box when that happened?
The original one we had, yes, the SB9, I think it is.
Because I thought when that happened, you guys didn't have the spirit box. I thought you got that later on.
No, we had it. We ran it right through, and we got stuff in the spirit box too. As a matter of fact, as we were driving away that night, my son Nathan was with me, and we got down the road. It felt like we had a flat tire, and so you know how a flat tire feels. It feels kind of like it's pulling and whatnot. So I got out. We were not only maybe about 500 yards away from the cemetery or so. The spirit box is still going in on the radio, and I'm thinking a good teaching moment for a father to teach his son how to change a tire. And so we get out and we start looking around the car and such, and all the tires were fine, but we both heard something like coming through the woods at us, and I was like, we need to get in the car. So we get in the car, and as we do, Stephanie was with us, of course, and she's like, it just came across stereo that you guys need to sit down or something along those lines. So it was definitely hooked up and interacting still at that point. And the tire was fine. We got far enough away from the cemetery, and it was didn't feel like it was weighted down anymore. Now, as far as the reason why we felt we needed it blessed was because the stereo would change volumes, change from high to low. It would change the channels and whatnot. The stereo would be completely off. We'd get out, get back into the vehicle, turn it on. It would be loud blasting music like we were jamming out. As well as it was one of those security features where you take the faceplate off and it would still play music. And that's not supposed to happen. So as soon as Dale was kind enough to help us with that, we never had another problem again. We took it to a garage to have them look and see what could be causing that. They didn't want the car there after we came back. They're like, we don't know what it is. You need to go. It's like, oh, nice.
Would that have been Mike's garage? The one down here in Starbrook?
No, sir. No, that was Monroe Muffler, I believe.
Oh.
And Paratime investigators saying hospital refinery owned previously. Yikes, lots of old energy there for sure. That would be about the mall.
And not to bring up old subject and all that, but you said biggest investigations. There was one that you and Lee did that was Pit Hole. That would probably be the biggest for you.
The biggest non-building property would be Pitfield. Pitfield is not as big as you would think it is. You guys have been there, haven't you?
Oh yeah, we was there once or twice.
I think it was twice. It was more of a hike down the freaking hill than anything else.
No doubt.
Yeah, because
Pit hole
up on the hill, and then the actual town itself was laid out more towards the bottom. So I don't know if the hill itself was even part of the town or not.
Well, I thought about going down a little path but then we got like caught up with the werewolves and things, and so I said, no, we won't go down that. Well, wolves, okay, wolves. Rightly, wolves. And because there's a little path down the back far right corner, and I think there was more building sites there. And but about that time is when we started seeing glowing eyes off in the woods, and Lee got a little scared, and I had to hold his hand out.
I'm somehow not feeling that at all.
Well, he's not here to debate that, so it stands. And if you guys want to see that video, it's on YouTube. It's called Historic Pit Hole. Shameless plug. But yeah, that's another place we all should go to. And
Wait, you need us to hold your hand too?
What's that?
You need us to hold your hand too?
Oh no. We need to get Betsy there so we can put her in front of us again. Yeah, me and Lee and I believe Jay, were you there too?
Yeah, but I wasn't hiding behind Betsy.
Yeah, okay. And so us three big guys, and was that our first night at Guernsey?
Yeah.
Us three big guys at a little cemetery in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, started getting a little sketched out and hid behind a female.
No, I didn't hide behind Betsy.
Do you got any proof you didn't?
You're skewing the subject matter there, buddy.
Nah, I'm not sure. How can we tell that you're not smiling because you're not on camera?
You're gonna have to trust me. I'd have to wear a mask.
Trust you. Sure, we'll trust you.
No, actually, I probably was like behind Betsy because I think I was staying more towards the road because I think I was only 3 or 4 that actually walked past the gate up in towards the cemetery.
But we did not go all the way up because we weren't there before.
Yeah.
So you weren't sure how far up it was.
If memory serves me right, I think Angel, Ursula, and I think you might have probably walked up there. I'm not sure if Lee did or not. I can't remember.
Not the first night. First night we weren't sure whereabouts it was and how far back it went. So we weren't 100% sure.
But
So
also another thing with plug too, if they want to learn more about Guernsey Hollow, they can always try to find a publication called Weird New York. It's actually on there as one of the more infamous haunted cemeteries in New York State.
what's it called?
Weird New York.
Weird New York.
Yeah.
So are we wanting a fourth for this chat?
I say go for it.
Well, that's up to you. You're in charge, Grand Poobah.
Well, this is kind of a hodgepodge night. I really appreciate y'all coming on. That's my southern side coming through, saving me once again.
Y'all yins.
Yins. That's more of a Pittsburgh.
Hey, not to bring this up, but Angel, how do you feel about a purple fedora? You want a purple fedora for the videos?
No, I'm good. My purple hair is good enough.
Your purple hair is good enough.
Red
I don't
camel.
think I can pull off purple hair. I'm a pretty talented guy, but I'm not quite that talented.
I could see you with a purple beard.
I was just gonna say I could dye your beard purple.
Maybe. I might. I don't know. Maybe for a dare, maybe.
I'm not on video.
If Matt agrees to a purple beard, I might add him to this chat.
She's out in the deck.
Hey Matt, how you doing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How you doing, Matt?
Tired. I just could not break free tonight, as you can see.
As I can see.
How's everybody doing tonight? Jay, Angel?
Are you avoiding the Noid?
I work with all of them. But it was kind of entertaining. I literally had you on Facebook watching and listening at work, and everyone was so intrigued.
Oh, really? I feel bad for them.
They're like, is this normal? And I'm like, yeah. What's that, Jay?
Did they ask why Santa Claus wore a fedora and a green Lucky shirt?
They're like, no, they literally went, who is that? Who are you listening to?
Who are you listening to? That's funny.
So looks like, Scott, you had some technical issues again.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with phones and StreamYard just does not like phones.
It also just may be like the difference between 3G service and 4G. If somebody isn't only running, a slower service, it might be that.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not the tech guy. Lee's the tech guy.
Well, let's bring him on.
I sent him all kinds of links to give him the chance, but he doesn't want to speak up.
Well, let me get in the comments. There you go. But yeah, it's been a day. My daughter had a soccer game this morning. Went to that, scored her very first goal. I was very proud of her.
Definitely.
And then she had a dance recital over at a winery. They had this really big production with a bunch of kids and everything like that. It was awesome. And she did a song from Frozen. They danced to, her little group, and I was so proud of her.
I bet. I would be too. I definitely would be. So, what's the biggest and smallest locations that you've been on?
Oh, me. Well, biggest for me has been Gettysburg. And I'm not just talking like one section of Gettysburg. I'm talking all of Gettysburg I investigated. The smallest was probably El Campo Santo Cemetery in San Diego. That's probably the smallest.
I just figured I'd throw this out there.
Yeah, why not? I love this.
That was at a paranormal convention from the Jamestown group that Mike was hosting.
Now see if anybody was like really tech savvy, please, Photoshop this and let's see if we can get Lee's mouth moving and we'll just pretend he's here.
We'll pretend he's here. There you go. That was Stephanie's deal. Her pink hoodie.
Well, if you wanted to get Lee on the show, there you go.
Well, I got a lot more incriminating pictures, I'm sure.
Yeah, Doug. I saw that.
Oh my god, I came upstairs and I heard this god awful noise coming from my computer room upstairs and
Our paranormal dog wanted to say hi.
Hey Zeke.
No. I have 2 cats. I've started a collection.
I have fish.
Oh, I have one of those.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, he's staring at his mirror right now.
So you say yeah. I knew what I wanted to say, but it didn't come out the way I was thinking it was. I am looking through photos, and now I cannot get back to the screen where you guys are all at.
Well, don't worry. We can still see you.
I'm sorry. Oh, Jay decided to join us.
Hey.
So, how do you guys feel about Orbs? Boy, Lee is very behind. Lee is very behind. You know what he's talking about, don't you? Me holding his hand and all that. He's still on that.
Is his internet delayed too?
Must be. This was an interesting photo from Guernsey Hollow. Yeah, I believe that's Guernsey Hollow. Do you see what I'm talking about there?
On the left-hand side right there.
I'm circling my mouse around it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
First glance to me, I think there's if you have a flash on, that's a bug flying by. Because I can almost see wings.
Hey, look, it's stars.
That's a lot of orbs. Wow. They're so pretty.
And an odd green tent, too. Were you and Lee camping that night, Scott?
Uh-oh. Are we doing some Brokeback Mountain? Because I'm not going to be a part of that video.
Oh, come on now. You guys know better than all that.
You sound like a pig.
So, what is your guys' thoughts on Orbs?
We're really going to go here?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Oh, Lee, before we say anything about orbs, Lee has a pretty good comment, Scott, and I still agree.
Angel J, do you guys want to?
That.
You guys want to talk about orbs first, or?
Yes, he does. I agree. Lee, you still somebody still owes us a dance in a tutu.
Wait, hold
Top
up,
of the
what?
I
totem.
don't agree.
Give me
Top of the
answer.
totem pole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is everybody so obsessed with me being dancing? What the
Well,
hell?
maybe if you bribe us with cupcakes, maybe we could forget about the tutu.
Yeah.
This is a photo, and I wasn't
Oh,
Just
I love
overlooks it. Overlooks it. Love it.
sure. From Guernsey Hollow, our first night, and the screen sharing is not doing it justice, though. I did not bring that up for the sake of that. Whatever above us there, but just for the sake we were talking about Guernsey Hollow in our first night, and that would be a picture from that night.
I'm assuming you're talking about, I don't know who that is in the middle, but that thing right above there in the middle.
Well, I was just bringing up for nostalgia's sake more than.
Oh. I thought we were still talking about orbs.
That there,
Yes.
is not doing justice showing. But that's Angel, if you can't tell up front.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be Urs. She passed away a few years ago now. It's hard to believe that. It's been a couple of years. And yeah. And I believe that's me in the way back. And too funny, you do have some good dance. See? Somebody agrees that I have some good dance moves.
Yeah, well, Heather should see your
And
crane kick video.
my what?
Your crane kick video from last was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't have a clue, man. What's that?
The Harry Potter Laura Mora thing from a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
Can you say it properly?
I don't know. Can you?
Laura Mora?
Well, whatever it is. I'm not into the Harry Potter lore, so I'm gonna mess it up.
I think we're getting off topic here. So
that never happened.
Orbs.
Oh, no, not at all.
Did you ask about orbs?
Okay, one of you two want to start?
I'll take over. For me, when I'm looking at orbs, it really depends on what it looks like in general and how it happens. We're looking on a video and it doesn't behave like a bug or a piece of dust or something along those lines, then I might consider it something other than. But 9 times out of 10, it's either a dust or a bug or something that is in the environment. It's not paranormal at all. And for me, that's what it is. But I do have one in general that I have a photo of that is not a dust. It is not a bug or anything like that. It has to be something other than. And it's one out of a million that I have pictures of. So it's very rare that you're ever going to find something other than something in the natural environment. So for me, An orb is dust or a bug or something along those lines. Next.
Jay? Jay?
Matt can go next.
Oh, he's passing the buck. Okay.
What the heck's up with that?
I have to agree with Angel. To get a true orb, and what I mean is it emits its own light, has its own flight path. You're talking, a rarity to actually get something, that you can classify as a true orb. 9 times out of the 10, dust, bug, water particle, vapor. There's always something. There's always something that it doesn't seem right. Now, I have seen a couple of true orbs in video and pictures, and what I mean by true orbs is there is no explanation for it, and there was evidence to go along with it. I distinctly remember out in, I think it was San Diego, we were investigating a home, and there was an orb that came down this hallway. It wasn't very quick, but it was nice and steady just down the hall, and we caught footsteps along with it. So
yeah,
I called that an orb. Now, an orb to me isn't just saying it's a spirit or whatever, or its own entity. All an orb really is just an electrical field. It's just a high EMF field that's emitting light. So it's electrical. It's just like EMF. So it doesn't have its own intelligent, side to it.
Makes sense. Jay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the conversation.
Here, hold on. Here you go.
By the kid. So
Wait a second, Jay. Wait a second, Jay.
Hey, that doesn't count. There's no tutu.
What?
I think
Thriller
would have been more, perfect.
Yeah, here's the question. You're not going to get hit with a copyright suit.
Oh, come on.
It was karaoke.
True enough. I didn't even think about that. Thanks, Jay. Thanks. I appreciate it. Now, it's going to come up.
We'll probably
Just
get
go back
red
and delete
flag
it.
right now.
It'll be all right.
It's all right. Thanks. See, everybody likes my dancing.
No crane kick, though.
No, I'll tell you why I don't do that one. And that's because I shared that video with my better half, Steph, and said that she would be the only one to see it. And so I try to keep my promises, especially when it's ones that make me look pretty silly. So, orbs, Jay.
Okay, orbs. I agree with pretty much what Angel and Matt says, that it's really hard to decipher what an orb is from like dust or some sort of particles in the air like pollen.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really down on the subject of orbs. Are you putting on video?
Nice.
The face was amazing. Just like, oh.
That double take he did was like, what? Wait.
I had my camera off for a reason.
I had to.
What's wrong with the tissue around you, Jay?
It's been a lonely week.
And he knows I had to run away. So
I would have ran away too. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
So, Scott, if you don't mind, I actually have a question. I don't know
I don't know if
if
you have any questions.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I can ask it?
Oh, okay.
So-
before you answer, thank you for everybody that stayed with us for over an hour and a half. Heather was very nice to try to save me. You guys were very nice to save me. I really appreciate everybody staying around and chatting with us, Lee, and I believe that is yeah. Who else is with us?
They're like a Paranormal, something like that.
Yeah, Doug. Doug.
I was
should,
about to
I don't
say
know if he's
that.
still here.
Yeah, that would be Doug.
I don't know if
Just
Heather's still
Doug.
around.
That'd be Doug. Doug has been gracing Matt's videos, and he's graced mine as well.
He was actually my guest last night.
Right. Glad to see you're still here, Doug. Very nice of everybody to hang out with us. And this is how you find Paratime Investigators on Facebook. Matt,
And YouTube.
And is it the same for YouTube?
I believe so. Yeah. That's well. Yeah, it's the same. Should be the same.
Matt, one of these days I'll re-put your stuff in.
Yeah, you know.
Feel free to
I've only put yours in how many times, but yeah, you know.
Every time I go look in the banners to show your stuff, I'm like, it's not there. I need to add it. Then I like,
Scott, forward.
What's that?
You don't pay it forward. He plugs
Yo.
yours, but you can't plug his.
All I asked is
Come
for
on.
some cupcakes, and he can't even do that. I mean, geez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
You
know,
can't even
right?
deliver one cupcake.
Well, I probably could, but you guys have a better chance of getting it than him.
Drive 3.5 hours, show up at my door with one cupcake, go, here you go, and walk away.
And Matt has a better chance of getting it than Doug.
Yeah.
Since he did come all the way up here a couple years ago for that investigation / class thing, I think the least
Hey,
you
that
could
was
do
fun.
is drive one cupcake down there.
And Doug, no problem. You guys have been helping us with our stuff, so there's no reason that I can't share your information like I should be able to share Matt's. Feel free to plug yourself, Matt. That sounds bad.
Well, not on camera, Scott. I mean,
Well, you can always be like Jay and put that little weird circle thing up there.
well, all I have to say is,
Yeah, well,
the camera only shows from here up, so
If we start hearing,
no, because you see that door behind me right there? Yeah, the wife would come running through if at any moment. So y'all are lucky I'm at least wearing pants.
well, we'll take your word for it.
But no, you can find me on Facebook, Matt Barron, Paranormal Consultant, or just Paranormal Consultant. I've come up on YouTube, Twitter, same thing, just Paranormal Consultant. And I do live videos every Friday night.
Except Friday the 13th in August.
Oh, I'll still be on, but I'll have I might have a special video. I'll have to make that special.
Special. You got
Or
dance
you know
with
what?
me?
You know what? We could do a back-to-back. We could do a back-to-back thing.
Back-to-back video.
Because you start at what, 7:30?
Well, we were kind of discussing your time.
Well, I was gonna say, if you start at 7:30, I go on at 9, an hour and a half and whatnot.
And then we jump onto Doug's channel.
There you go. We'll just flood everyone's channels. That works.
Or
What day is the 13th?
what's that? What day? That's a Saturday, right?
I'm gonna say
Hey, did you know
Have
Friday
you
the
guys ever
13th?
watched the movie Saturday the 14th?
No.
No? You,
No.
Angel?
no, I don't think
Oh
so.
my gosh. I forget how much older I am than you guys.
Is it
Hey, did you-
older or lack of hobbies?
Mr. Horror, you should know that movie, so I don't even want to hear it from you.
Yeah.
as he stays quiet.
Wait, who you calling?
You.
I haven't said anything. How's that fireball treating you, Scott?
That was a rough taste on that last sip.
It looked like it.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. Oh my god.
The best is at the bottom.
Yeah, no doubt. There's no peanut butter whiskey, but it's all right. I wasn't gonna mix those two. So why don't we change this up a little bit? Instead of a broadcast on Friday the 13th of a show like this, Jay, I know you had your heart set on it, but why don't we all try to plan a little trip to Camp Crystal Lake?
What, New Jersey?
It's in New York.
It was in New Jersey.
Hold on, let me look.
And we could do a live broadcast on that day.
I'm pretty sure. I think Crystal Lake was in New Jersey. I'm not 100%, but I thought it was.
There's one in Florida.
All the better. It's on a beach, right?
Right.
I mean, I might wear a pink tutu for that.
There's one that's called Crystal Lake.
Good video from. We could always do the old, see if we can get the old Girl Scout camp down there off of Grunderville.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. That was creepy as fuck the last time we went.
You'd have to get permission, I think, from the people that own the property, which I think is up in Bradford. But
I'm
that actually kind of be the perfect
biggest YouTuber. They'll let me in. I'll just pull some strings and manipulate.
About that on American
Okay.
Pickers, I think they're more popular than you.
No, I'm Tiddy's biggest YouTuber.
No, it is New Jersey.
Aha.
Matt, how many times do I have to do this to you? It's in New York.
New Jersey.
It's in one of the new.
Like I said, how many times do I have to do this to you, Matt?
Why, 'cause you put that, right?
So
Wait,
we've
let
been
me see.
all over the place on this stream.
You think?
We're chat. Feel free to ask questions because we obviously have no direction here.
Well,
Once
I do something, I do have a question for everybody.
Well, hold on a second, Matt. Now that I have one, Jay and Angel, did you guys believe when we met? What, almost 11 years ago now, in Burger King?
November 2.
Go. Were you saying something, Jay?
Yeah, November of 2010 is when we met.
Right. Did you think that we would be where we are today?
On our cell phones talking to each other?
Right. Right. With some weird guy from central Pennsylvania and some Canadians watching.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think COVID had a lot to do with this.
Nobody predicted COVID.
Nostradamus might have.
He might have, but he's not here for me to ask. So, what do you guys think? Are you surprised that we made it this far?
Friendship wise, no. Paranormal wise, most definitely.
Jay, we're waiting for you, beautiful.
Well, I figured I'd let the wife go first. You know, ladies before men. But no, I had no doubts that we would be around for a while.
I agree. We all connected pretty well, pretty much right from the start. And the paranormal side, teams don't seem to last too long. If you ask me, about generally 4 years. What, Matt? You look like you're up to no good. Your screen's too bright.
Well, I know. Hold on.
Will work for cupcakes. I bet you will.
Doug sent me that.
Thanks, Doug.
And I was trying to post this. I just sent it to you, Scott.
Like, what kind of cupcakes were they? Because I might want one.
The ones he just sent me were pink frosted. It looked like, yeah, pink frosted.
Scott,
Yeah.
what kind of cupcakes were you working on?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Lee. He ended up with them.
Also, I got to talk to Lee, huh? Lee has my cupcakes.
Here we go.
Well, that's an interesting.
Oh, wow.
That
What?
I was trying to share what he shared, what he sent me. That was interesting. Lee, what kind of cupcakes were those? If you're still on. So, what was your question, Matt? Hi. Run.
She says we're number one.
Uh-huh. What was your question, Matt? Why do
So
you look like you got an ascot on?
And you're welcome.
It's my mask.
Thank you.
Scott says thank you for me.
You're welcome, Scott. Fuck you.
Sweet.
So
I don't know if I know, Scott, you probably saw most of my video last night. But Doug and I were
Right on the
talking.
55-inch screen TV.
What's that?
Right on the 55-inch screen TV. 4K you guys are in.
All right, that's the best I've ever been.
But last night, and Angel and Jay, I don't know if you guys caught it, but Doug and I were talking about para unity and para community. I was just kind of curious on what your guys' thoughts were. Para community basically being the paranormal field and teams being out and available to help the general public, to go to fundraisers, stuff like that, to show support to the community, to kind of not just help out, but to boost their own teams and promote themselves.
Did we freeze up?
Right.
Okay, I'll start with this one. I actually like the para community idea a lot better because it feels like we're giving back to the community that we're actually serving. Gets more awareness out there.
And that was kind of what my thought was too, because a lot of, like, I don't want to say stereotyped, but the paranormal community is, we'll just say stereotyped. Devil worshippers and, just a dark side of it. But I mean, look how dark that is. I mean, it's scary, but
I'm looking.
But I don't know. Like, I think eventually, and by eventually, I mean sometime soon, it's the paranormal community, like all teams, should come out and show people, look, we're not, Satan worshipers. It's not,
Now we had a bit of
do
it.
sacrifices.
Now, let's bring up something that you all were discussing. I made a comment on, and you guys did not agree with me.
I think I know where this is going.
And feel free, everybody, in the comment sections or whatnot, and I know the difference between ghost hunting and ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. Your guys' explanations were pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Doug's already. You guys,
Doug knows.
But I think you guys are misunderstanding my view of it. But let's have the other guests go ahead and speak up on that if they would. How do you feel? How would you explain the difference between ghost hunters and paranormal investigators? Let's see if it's a regional thing or if it's ladies
You want to
first.
take that one?
I'll take that one. For me, a ghost hunter is somebody there just to find things. And a paranormal investigator is there to document the environment and to help the people that are affected. And for me, paranormal, I'm there more for the people to find out why they're there and help move them on, or to help that spirit coexist. So for me, paranormal investigators, that's me. I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm not there to find a ghost, bring them out, show the evidence, and then leave.
So you feel that the investigator is a little more serious in depth of the situation?
Yeah.
Jay?
My
Hello?
thoughts? What? Yeah. You're so pushy with the fedora on, aren't you?
I can't wait to get a green one so it affects the green screen.
I thought you had never mind.
What's that, Angel?
Trying to figure out what you did to your shirt.
It's my
That's his
got a
brick.
green.
it's my brick house shirt.
The brick house.
So Jay, nice duck in the subject there.
Well, hey, she's just never seen you work the green screen before, so I mean, it is kind of a throw off.
Yep. So Jay, nice duck in the subject there.
Ducking the subject.
So answer. Angel,
All right.
go smack them.
The difference between ghost hunters and paranormal investigators?
What's the difference?
For me personally, in my opinion, a ghost
Which
hunter
we
is
value.
someone that just wants to walk into a building or a house or whatever just because they think there's something there. They're not really invited. They're just going on maybe a gut instinct or maybe something they saw on social media. Whereas a paranormal investigator is actually invited to a property because they know for a fact they're not really in for it for the big reward. What the property owner, like more of a, how to put it, more to satisfy a property owner than to kind of boost their social awareness.
So you kind of follow along the same lines as Angel's views on these.
Pretty much, yeah.
Slight differences, but 80% or more along the same lines.
Yeah, I'm more like ghost hunters are in for the like what could be, you know, maybe the back end of it, the end game, like a bigger end game. Whereas paranormal investigators do it for the more for the love of what the whole thing is all about.
Okay. Well, thank you for turning your camera off for that.
I know you like to keep this PG. That's a little PG-13.
I guess I'm the odd man out where I feel the differences are pretty simple. Ghost hunting is pretty much what a lot of teams do. They go out, they investigate, they look for spiritual, ghost-related situations, whereas paranormal is the cryptoids, the UFOs, and anything in general that's dealing with the unknown, as opposed where ghost hunters are a little more focus derived on one subject, as opposed to paranormal investigators are multiple subjects.
So you can figure ghosts to be into or not ghosts, but UFOs to be into paranormal.
Yes.
Is paranormal?
Yes. Why wouldn't they be?
I mean, that's not normal. I mean, that's just my opinion.
It's not my everyday normal life, that's for sure. Oh my God, this guy is way behind. Like,
I just saw that.
I'm looking at shirts and stuff like red velvet. No, kind of a brick. I mean, I guess bricks are red, but oh my god.
Well, see, here's the thing, Scott. I'm not saying, and I wasn't trying to say that your definition of paranormal investigator is wrong. I'm just saying, like, whenever I hear someone say a paranormal investigator, I'm thinking more on the professional level. Like, they're going in, looking at clients, they're doing the research, they're trying to debunk, they're trying to, help people out, whether it be just spirits or UFOs, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, whatever it is. They're taking a more scientific and in-depth approach to their investigation. Whereas a ghost hunter, I mean, I feel like a ghost hunter can investigate, any parts of the paranormal. It's just they're more of, I don't want to say amateur, but they're just going out, they're finding the evidence, they're having fun with it, and it's more of a recreational side. That to me is a ghost hunter. It just sounds, I don't want to say unprofessional, but it's kind of got like a street tone to it.
Now you're talking to a guy with the other guy talking like that's 4 hours behind. He'll back me up on this when we're asleep in bed. Came up with a group name of Waha. How serious do you think we are?
Well, I mean, I've watched my own videos, but I'm just saying, like,
No, thankfully, I guess Jay, Angel, and some of the others in the group said, nah, that's probably not the name we should go with. So y'all could thank them for us having a professional sounding name.
Yeah, why don't you tell me the origins of Waha there, Scott?
I have. Don't you remember Waha?
Just a little.
I think it was 2 videos of that. 2 videos ago we were talking about that.
Aren't you guys up to date? Come on, man. Waha, for those that are not aware, me and Lee worked together at a local food factory where we were watching ghost hunters taps where they would say paranormal investigators during the day, ghost hunters at night. Well, we did a thing what was titled popping peppers. So we started off by saying popping peppers during the day, ghost hunting at night. And then we decided as we were talking to each other, we needed a group name, which was Warren Area Haunting Association, or WAHA for short. Like, who you going to call? WAHA. And so we would see each other and greet each other instead of hello. We would greet each other with Waha. And yeah, she is like, I've heard the story a million times. I don't need to hear it again. And
I almost want to say, Jay, run. She turned her camera off.
Right. Look, this is your warning.
She's muted and the camera's off. This can't be good for Jay.
Why do you think my camera's off?
So we would greet each other with Waha and say hello. And people were asking what it is. Finally, we said what it is. And further along, we met up with Jay and Angel and became a group. And they decided that, no, they don't want to be associated with Waha. We do have a couple of questions in the chat.
Yeah, more or less what I was trying to get to was why or how you came about with Waha, not the whole like backstory.
That's because you had to have a little backstory to it.
Well, I do believe your reasoning for going for Waha, wasn't it something like a cartoonish evil laugh, like Waha?
No, well, that could work too. No, it really was based around the Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call? Waha.
And no, I like the cartoon laugh better.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I agree.
I don't know. Whose show is this, Matt?
I don't
You're
know.
supposed to agree with the guest or not the guest. Are there any community type goals you guys want to accomplish? Matt, you were speaking about that last night, were you not?
Yes.
A little bit.
Basically, and I think Doug agrees with me on this one. I think what it basically comes down to is we want to make a paranormal community more, I don't want to say user friendly, um, but just to kind of break that stigma of, paranormal teams are, evil and, they do things that are questionable. No, I don't want that. I want people to understand that a good paranormal group should be there to help anybody out at any given time. That they have somewhere to go to, just like if you break your leg, you know where you're going to go. You're going to go to the hospital most of the time, or it's just kind of have that cushion and support for the community. And actually, that's one reason why I'll put a picture of this, but I actually got a paranormal consultant sticker, vinyl sticker for my truck.
Nice.
So, I kind of, that's always been my goal ever since I started my very first team 14 years ago is, I want to be there to help. I want people to understand that no matter what they're going through, they don't have to be ashamed, to talk about it. They have somewhere to go.
Nice. Jay, I don't know. I don't think we've had any actual goals per se, have we? Other than like Matt was saying, of course, help those in the time of need, and not charge them $4,000 or whatever.
We're not going to start that.
I think our key directives have always been to help the public and learn as much as we can with each investigation going forward.
Right. We do have and it's been so long since I've looked at it, we do have a mission statement. I'd have to find it again. But pretty much you broke the mission statement down to the basics of it. Yes. Without word for word. Now, I will say, and Jay, you might not be thinking about this, is we, as in me, Stephanie, Jay has been part of it, Angel has helped. I started up a nonprofit called Warren Area County Fright Nights. Warren County Fright Nights. Had to think about that one too. Where we do, and we're an actual nonprofit, recognized by the government, have our tax ID and all that. Where we do things like in the community to do like food drives and things like that to help out locally. Jay and Angel has been part of our zombie bar crawl that we did as a food drive. We did a ghost walk where our local high school here has a food pantry for students to stop in after school. I'm not exactly sure what days, but we did a ghost walk instead of charge, which we never charged before, but we collected food for this particular one. And it was quite successful with food and toiletries and such. Yeah, that was pretty good. To the point where we had to take a few carloads up and did toy drives. As a matter of fact, I will plug one right now. We have one, and I believe Matt asked if you wanted to come up for one of them. It's a Christmas in July putt-putt, and where we'll be collecting toys for our local Salvation Army toy drive for Christmas. We did this a couple years ago. I was Santa on the side of the road in the middle of July, full Santa uniform around 11 o'clock in the morning. By one, I was down to a t-shirt and hat and such. Jay was there. He was having fun driving me around in the back of his truck.
I do believe we did get in trouble for that, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we got yelled at. I guess they didn't like the idea of possibility of Santa ending up cremated on the highway there.
But yeah, I'll definitely be a part of that. I'll help out with that, definitely.
Nice. And thanks, Doug, Paratime. Jennifer. Yes, Jen was also there helping out with the pub crawls when we had them. And hi, Jen. See, that's the great thing about doing things like this is not only we're learning and enjoying ourselves and helping families out with the paranormal side of things when things come up, but as well as we did a kind of it's separate but together where we done things with the community. Jen is referring to Hank, who maybe he's on her account, I don't know, but yeah, he was our designated driver and such, so in case if people got a little too drunk and such, he was able to kind of help get them home.
Always need a DD.
Definitely. I believe that's the correct situation. It's been a while since we've had one. Matter of fact, there's a couple things that I was thinking about. Everything's getting lifted here in Pennsylvania. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. Thanks for joining us tonight, Doug. And sorry that we've been so scattered on everything, but it's been a fun show.
Oh, he got a nice warm up last night with me, which, if I may, I was talking to him. It looks like in not next Friday, but the Friday after, Doug will be rejoining me for part 2.
That's Doug from Paratime Investigations. So, with everything opening up, I've been sitting back and thinking that this might be a good year to bring the zombie bar crawl back again.
Hey, I can actually participate this year.
Right.
Now, when do you usually have this?
We've been kind of throwing around a few years. We did it. We're going to be, if I sit back and think about it, it'll be a Saturday night. That seemed to work pretty good. And I'm thinking probably like last week, September, first week of October-ish, without sitting down looking at a calendar.
Well, at that time frame, the Bloomsburg Fair, local huge fair, it shuts down basically 3 counties. In central PA is going on, so I will not be attending.
Well, we'll see what we could do.
I always thought you did it more around like early October.
Yeah, possible. Like I said, I'd have to sit down and kind of look at the calendar and see what's what. Another thing, what else was I? Oh, this would be something. I think we might be running out of time, but Jay and Angel would know this area. Wildcat Park, I believe it's called, out there by Sheffield.
Oh yeah, that part pretty well.
I think that would be a great location to do a Paracon.
Oh, I'm already sold.
Oh yeah, it would be a really good location.
So maybe if maybe we could get that together and start working on that. I don't know if we could get it pulled out for 21, but definitely for 22.
I was talking about how the community gives for what they think we are. Paracons are actually a good way to let the community know what we can do.
Yeah.
It allows them to interact with us in a more public setting as opposed to like walking up to us on a street. So it's probably not a bad idea.
Well, I know out in San Diego I had events to where I invited the public out. I'd send out flyers, hand out, cards and stuff like that. And I would have an open forum, open invitation ghost hunt out in San Diego. And that's literally all I called it. SDPE's public ghost hunt. And we go to a location in San Diego, and people would come out. We'd break them up into groups, put 1 or 2 investigators with them, and let them use the equipment. And we would just meet up every hour and switch equipment around.
Jen, I know we want to try to keep it as close to Halloween as we can to kind of keep with the whole theme, and it gives people a chance to be able to pick up a costume and such. And I think you're talking about the Paracon. Yeah, I mean, we need to see what we could do on that. If you are watching this in the future or right now even, and you're able to come to northwestern PA, I believe that's where we are.
That way direction.
For him. And you're interested in being part of a paranormal event, send a message through Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and give me your information, and we'll see about, because if we get enough teams together, it's just a matter of picking a day. I don't think that park's overly busy, though it's a beautiful park.
It is. And I actually have history on that park because I grew up in the area. So I actually have a lot of history, and I know a lot of history in the area. So if we do anything, I can tell you guys more about that area.
You know, I wonder if maybe we could team up with the train depot in there in Sheffield and offer public investigations or something.
Oh, that
Well,
would
you
be
know,
awesome.
I go to some conventions. I've been to a couple, and one thing that everyone has had like a little lecture or a class. So, you know, Angel, you could even give a history, like hold a special speaking event for just the history of it.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're getting good ideas because other people are thinking the same thing.
What's my lighting issue?
But yeah, maybe with the train depot, there's a small train museum there with all kinds of antique type stuff that might be worthwhile to check out for, you know, teach stuff or whatnot. So we have an idea, we have a thought to go with.
Well, I'm definitely gaming. Hopefully by then I'll have my shirts ready to go.
Well, if not, that would be on you, mister.
Yeah.
More, yeah. So, paranormal green fedorables.
There you go.
Fedoras, not fedorables.
That was last night.
Right.
That's adorable.
Put a light right in the middle of it, just right up.
Or a little springy ghost.
There you go.
No, that comes out of the top, but you had the light up front, a recorder in the back,
an EMF on the side.
Yeah, I was just thinking that EMF on the
That'd
side.
be cool.
That'd
and then a little mini cam.
Jen, Icy Ink is a local place for, I'm sure you can find them online and such too. Icy Ink does a lot of screen printing and such locally. Matt is down in Central PA. I'm sure you can find him on Facebook, Matt, if you chose to, or anybody else out there that's watching this or listening to this. It's Icy Ink in Warren, Pennsylvania.
All right, I'll have to give him a look. I know right now I'm kind of in the design phase for my shirts. I know what I want, but just I'm not technologically advanced in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I'm
That's
lucky
why
to
they
get this
smack
going.
your mics around.
But like I can't draw either. I mean, I have ideas. I have them creative. I'm fine, but putting them on paper or on this screen, forget it. So once I get a design, then yeah, I'll look them up. I'm always
wanting to help out local businesses. But
Yeah,
I'm
they're
3.5 hours away.
Yeah, no doubt. Zeke, our paranormal dog. He's looking like, I don't want to be on camera, Ma. What you doing?
Can you see his collar?
That's not my good side.
It's never my good side.
Wait, I gotta show you. I found the cutest collar for him.
Oh,
that's cool.
Isn't that cute?
I'd wear it.
That is cool.
So, chat, you have any questions for us? Because I'm sure we're probably getting close to wrapping up.
Well, I saw Jennifer said that they can help with designing, so yeah, I'll get in contact with them. Thank you for that.
If they don't, if you're looking for people to help, and I'm sure they probably can help you. There's a online community that a lot of YouTubers use called Fiverr.
Okay.
And you could get a little bit of low end for like $5-10, and or you could go with like top end $400 or $500.
Well,
they do video editing and all that. Design.
I'm a part of another community that has a lot of artists and stuff like that, and very talented people. I'm sure with if I dig it hard enough. But what I'm trying to do is trying to find local artists and people like around my area and people that I know that might be looking to kind of get some promoting out of it. So
nice.
Right now, yeah.
Nothing wrong with supporting local, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, and like I said, and the other thing is just time. Like I've had to. Okay.
Look like you just knocked your away. Poof, gone.
But
run, Jay, run.
Now it's serious.
No doubt.
But no, I've been so busy. My like Wednesday and Thursday I had off. I just was running around like an idiot all day. I mean, I'm beat.
I have not myself personally. I haven't been to many places. I was kind of bummed out Monday into Tuesday. Have you been there, Matt?
I've been by it, but I haven't actually investigated it.
Jay?
What's that?
He just pops out of nowhere.
Welcome back.
Have you ever been to Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum? I don't think they call it Lunatic Asylum, though.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
No? You'll have to look into that. So that'd be no, Jen. One of us has been by it. The rest of us has not been there.
Been booted, so you're probably going to have to send her a link to get back on.
Oh, is that what I'm going to have to do? Is that right, Angel?
She said she's good, so I don't know.
She's good what? How?
She wants to know if you're going to let her back in.
Do you want to know that, Angel, or does Jay want to know that?
I'm staying out of this one. I'll just sit down here. Wait a minute.
You got switched. You guys switched spots. I guess it's in West Virginia. Jen said she did the tour. Hey, feel free to leave in the chat how you liked that tour. I'm bummed out because I was down by Waverly Hills over the beginning of the week, and they were not open. No, I try to look see if there was open spots. They said they were closed and they were booked and all that. I'm like, really?
Well, I know Mackenzie and I are taking a little, I guess you could call it like a second honeymoon birthday vacation in July. We're going down to Surfside Beach, South Carolina, and we're going to be looking for haunted locations.
Nice.
While we're down there. More than likely going, I'll try to talk her into a live video. She's not behind me, is she? But
I would warn you if you're going to be snuck up on. Yeah, right.
I was going to say, no, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
But
I would try not to laugh too much.
Right? Oh, I'd probably laugh too. But no, I'll try to do a live video that week.
But I'm excited.
Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it, Jen, and too bad you weren't able to get in that night. But there's always, the future. So, yeah. Another thing I was bummed out about was I was trying to go to Waverly. They were closed, and I was like, well, Jack Daniels down in Tennessee, they were closed. I'm like, well, Jim Beam's in Kentucky, they were closed. I'm like, what the hell? Can't ghost hunt, can't chase the other spirits. I'm just in bad shape.
All those free samples you missed out on.
Right. What's that, Jay?
The one that we were always told to go visit was the old prison in Ohio, the one where they filmed the Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that place.
I'd imagine it would be.
Huh.
See, I've been to, as far as like prison or whatever is concerned, Eastern State by far is my favorite.
Angel,
it's the only one I've...
Sorry, Matt. Are you frozen, Angel? Because that's an odd just stare.
Wait, no, she's that way. Get out of the way.
She must be frozen. Here's that. She's real. Kind of looks like she's staring up at where Jay would be. Like she's ready.
Yeah. That's why I'm leaning this way.
She's sending a hairy eyeball everyone's way.
Not this your way. she's looking up at you.
You're on the list.
That's
Possessed,
the number
yeah.
one you don't want to
She
mess
looks
with.
possessed. Oh my. The fun we have on these live streams.
Right?
Guys, we just hit the 2:30 mark. I think that's a good time to wrap it up.
Sounds like a good time.
We'll give it. How about we'll give it?
Oh, there she is.
Wait, how can you be in two places at once?
Oh, you see my doppelganger, don't you?
Wait a minute. Something's wrong here.
In the other room.
What happened? But before we take off, we'll give the chat an extra minute to ask any questions. You guys, if you got a quick question, feel free to drop them in. So I have it confirmed with you guys that Angel is missing somewhere. But we have the idea of working towards a Paracon in just outside of Sheffield, Pennsylvania there.
I'm definitely game for that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Now he's going to freeze on us.
Uh-oh.
You.
Oh.
Hey, you're back.
Wait. I will get this direction thing right, I swear.
So we'll work on the paranormal convention out there just outside of Sheffield. And let's see. Like I said, it might be a little too early or too late for this time of year. Though, unless we could try to shoot for October, maybe.
I mean, I think that would probably get good reactions like later October, like not the week of Halloween, like maybe the week prior, just because it's in people's minds.
It's pretty much just the fact of trying to get enough teams together.
Well, I can put my feelers out down here, down my way.
That park probably could hold 50 teams easily.
Well, I mean, it's all going to be up to social media and talking to people. So, I mean, like I said, I can talk to some groups down here, some people down here.
So the first step would be to see if the park is available, what time of year they close down, and that kind of stuff. I'll try to take that step starting Monday.
All right, and we can talk more off camera too.
No, I'm never talking to you again.
All right, well, fine. I know where you work, Scott. You
I know
go there
where
eventually.
I'll have my honey bear stay with us now. I got the direction right for that one too.
He's got it written on his screen, Jay, this way.
right. Too bad I can't change his name.
You want me to log back in as Honey Bear?
Next time, event feeler for post on Facebook. Is that an actual app, Jen, or event feeler, or are you just talking about in general? Matt's gonna check it out.
You're darn right I am.
But guys, I really appreciate y'all helping me, saving me. Heather, if you're still on, thank you once again. She hesitated a little bit. She said she was nervous, and I don't blame her. I'm always nervous before I come on these things, except when I'm on somebody else's show. It's not so bad. There she is. It's not so bad when you're jumping on somebody else's show, because if you mess it up, well, that's on them. All right, Jen. Once we see about the availability of the park, we'll go from there. Feeler. So appreciate you guys saving me.
No problem. I enjoy this.
Oh yeah. I mean, who better hang out with on a Saturday night?
Seriously, I was sitting there at work going, okay, let me just get that out of here so I can just go.
Beth's for backup. Beth's charged though, but yeah, you said everybody at your work was trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I got the notification on my watch that you were live, and I went, "Oh crap! It's already 7:30." Okay, so I put it on. I was watching on Facebook,
Issues too.
and then I had my Bluetooth in, and people were walking by, going, "Wait, what are you watching?"
Oh,
I was like, "Well."
Well, you're watching Titty Ute's biggest YouTuber.
Yeah, if I said that, they would say something a little different.
You sure?
Oh yeah.
Watch out, Angel. He disappeared.
I know. I keep having issues.
I've been promoted to top square.
You moved up.
I'm going around the circle.
I've been secure in my corner ever since. Also need Park and Corey. All right, Jen, those are some great ideas. Appreciate the advice, and we'll call around. But so without further ado, you guys have a lovely night. I will wrap this up.
Angel, it was nice seeing you again.
Your computer's possessed, Angel.
It's actually my phone, and yeah, it is.
We'll have Dale bless them for you.
There you go.
It's because I have.
There we go.
Meaningful
There you
swears.
go.
Is that better for you?
That's perfect, honey bear. Nobody else is willing to do that for me.
Oh, wrong way.
I tell you, some days that makes it worth it right there. I'm gonna clip this part of the screen and show everybody, that new YouTube shorts they have out there.
Right.
But okay, guys, thank you for being on. I will send everybody a message. So you two, send it to you, Jay, or you, Angel.
Me.
All right. Facebook message, I'll send it. All right, guys. Thank you.
Anytime, Scott. We'll see you, brother. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Well, another Saturday night in the books. Wow, that was a fun night. Didn't go as I was planning on doing. I'll have to change the title of this so people are not confused. Good night, Jen, Heather, everybody else who's on that's been watching. Thank you for staying on all this time. It's always a blast when we get interactions from the chat. And Heather, you did wonderful. Don't fool yourself. You were doing pretty good. So you're good. We'll definitely have to try to get you on again. Maybe we're in the same room with the same laptop, so that way we could share a camera. Next week's guest is Jeanette from Buffalo, and a few of her cohorts speaking about their experiences. And then from there, Denny speaking about cryptoids and such in our area. I believe that'll be the topic of conversation. And then on to husband and wife team that's part of MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. They agreed to be on. They're the representatives of the organization based out of Erie that would cover the Warren area and Erie and surrounding areas, I believe. So I really look forward to speaking with them as well. So Dr. Villain, who drove by real quick from England and did his best to save me, said that he will be on as a guest. We'll have to get a hold of him and connect. And that would mean my live stream will be a little bit earlier to accommodate their time, because right now it'd probably be about 3 a.m. for them, I guess. I don't know the exact times change. So that's pretty cool that we met him that way, and he did what he could to tried to save the day. Very awesome. I love meeting people who have subscribed to our stuff. Always a blast. So without further ado, thank you guys very much, and thank the guests that were on, and everybody have a wonderful night and be safe for the rest of the weekend.